So my plan is to just angle these down off the back of that tub. Use that tub basically as my roof of the shelter, and these will just be the back walls. So there really shouldn't be that much water on it. It's going to be more of an issue of the wind blowing these things. Okay, there's half of it. I'm going to do this other bag up, and then I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to attach it yet. I can bore holes. I've got my multi-tool with me that was on the list. I can use, I don't have a whole lot of found cordage. I don't know. Okay, I'll let you know in a minute. So first thing I got to do is anchor this thing so it's not going to move. This is where I want it. There was a piece of ground wire that actually we took off an old house on the property, and it's still attached. So I'd like to bore a hole through here if I can. Here's a, looks like the lip's got a little rip in it. I go through there. Down, and I'm going to tuck the tails back underneath so it's not going to poke me in the eye. That's actually not doing a good of a job. Branch has got a little fork to it, so I went over the fork. That way it keeps it from sliding back, because I'm going to pull back on this. Now this thing's dead and rotten. All I'm trying to get is a couple days out of it. I'm going to head around to the back side. I might as well move the camera. So I don't have a lot of cordage at my disposal. I've got 10 feet, and we have to make a 4-foot grass mat, and that takes a minimum of 8 foot of cordage. And I've got a bow drill to work on. So I don't use a lot of paracord. I've really switched to bank line for most things. That keeps a long ridge of it for a ridge line. And you know, the inner strands are what everybody brags about with paracord, and you can unwrap bank line also, but it is a pain. It's a pain in the butt. So got a bowl line on one end of an inner paracord strand. And I'm going to capture, I got a couple acorns in my pocket, not enough to get this done. I'm going to capture an acorn in the corner. So I'm going to double it. Then put an acorn in. Then basically lasso it. Tighten it down. And that might hold. Okay, so the integrity of the bag's still there. I would not be able to just poke a hole in this bag. It'd all go to hell if I tried that. And then I don't have a lot to tie off to here. This is not big enough. There's one. That's going to tuck around that tree actually pretty nice. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take the corner. I'm going to fold the corner over. I got an acorn here. And got this in ready first. Oh, no. Temperature's starting to drop. Yeah, this stuff's fidgety to work with. You know, my hands are cold and I'm sloppy at best today. I'm not obviously on my finest form. So here's what I got right here. You know, rain, I'm good. I got a little hole in the back, but I've got some tin from the other campsite. I would like to enclose this with plastic, and I think I'm going to do that along the log. But I can do that after dark. I've got to hustle and get my mat at least started. Let me see. I got 10 foot of cordage here. I need another. This might work. No, it's going to be. Oh hell, that's a lot of cordage. Not exactly sure. I might make it utilizing my cordage, this stuff plus my bank line, and then just as soon as it's acknowledged that I did it, I might take my bank line back. but I'm not super concerned with having a roll-up type mat when I've got these drum liners that I can just stuff full. But I would call this camp set. I think this one's at least done. I'm going to get some stakes cut and go ahead and weave a mat. I think I'm going to leave the camera off for a little bit. I'm so freaking far behind. So when you see me again, who knows what the hell's going to happen. There might be a big fire here. There might be a mat. Who knows? But things will change. I just hope the sun's up when I turn this thing back on. Here's my completed 4-foot mat. 1, 2. This is a 24-inch axe. And right now, uncompressed, I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 6 inches. So compressed, that's going to be maybe 2 or 3 if I'm lucky. That's not going to be enough to get me through the evening, but I'm going to just jam a hefty bag full of this grass. It went pretty quick because I got a lot of resources here and they pull easy. You see I made a frame. I got 4 sticks in the ground. That is my layout. You know, I set it a little over 4 feet across, and then it started out a full 24 inches wide. The grass width didn't help me out with that a lot. The bundles were quite a bit short, so I would break them in half and then offset them, twist them together, and jam them in here. But the process is, you know, you lift one side, tuck it under. There's a string attached to each one of these sticks. And there you go. Up, down, back, forth. Now this one's all done, so I am going to tie it off now. The advantage to this in like a primitive situation is it's a mobile mat. You can roll it up and down. However, if you've got a bag like I do, this is just, you know, just a skill to show this isn't really something that's necessary. Longer term, if my garbage bag took crap, then I could definitely see doing a mat like this. But whatever. It's a good skill to know. I'll do a better video on this when I get a chance. I was really scrambling, like I said. I'm always behind here. And then when you take your sticks off, you just tie this off. This side is all the bank line that I have. So I'm going to recover that if I need it. And I'll just bunch all this grass up, so this is all for naught. This is my milkweed. So you see this little bit, this short mat here, which covers your core. That's really all you need. You know, your legs aren't a big concern. I mean, that ate up 20 foot of cordage. And when you're only carrying 10 foot of bank line by dictation of the class, and you know, I had to go through quite a bit to make this 10 feet of natural cordage. You know, I walked quite a long ways. Okay, so that's done, so these stakes can come out. And now this mat will roll up, hopefully. Gingerly. Just like that. Now I'm going to take this out. This is the road actually that he drives on when he comes and checks on us. He's coming at, he said by evening he'd come and check on us. But still, it's like sitting on a train tracks. There's a little hill right behind me. You know, the last thing I need is for a half-done project to get run over. Then I have to start again. Okay, so like I said, this is a mobile sleeping system now. Hopefully it's a mobile sleeping system. If it's warm enough tonight, I'll be able to sleep a little bit. This is like a sleep number mattress, but your number is always 0. You have no choice. So there's a trash dump over there, and this is also from that original sand chute, some of the other crews. Leftovers, I guess. So a couple sheets of tin. I'm going to shore up around that tree. Another drum liner. And if I ever am able to get a fire, I've got a grill here. Not only will that help me if I'm lucky enough to get any food, but that's going to help me boil water faster. It's going to get the bottle up out of the coal bed where it's getting some air under it circulating. But I'm starting to drag now. I can really tell that I've been working as hard as I have, and then the lack of sleep, lack of food, lack of water, lack of everything but problems, it seems like. Alright, I'll spin the camera around. We're probably about 40 yards from the where the camp's set up. I'm going to try to shore up any holes, and I'm going to put another skirt of drum liner around the perimeter. The grass mat's done. It's right next to the tripod here, and I also filled up another 55-gallon drum liner. So I will probably put that one like under my legs almost. That's kind of like my thought with it. You know, that's not the most level campsite in there, but it's fine for what I need it to be. It'll be a nice, tight, enclosed space that should heat easily pending fire. If not, at least I'm out of the wind.